Imagine this. You're out and about, minding your own business, when something completely unexpected happens right in front of you. It's a normal Tuesday. The city is buzzing with life. You're walking down the street thinking about lunch, maybe a sandwich, maybe sushi. The air is filled with the sounds of traffic and distant conversations. As you pass an ATM on the corner, you hear a strange noise. The machine starts to whir, louder, angrier than usual, drawing your attention. It's not the typical hum. It's almost as if the ATM is alive and agitated. Suddenly, the cash slot bursts open and money starts flying out. Fives, tens, 20s, fluttering through the air like confetti. Bills scatter everywhere, landing on the sidewalk and even in the street. People stop in their tracks, staring in disbelief. Some pull out their phones to record the chaos, capturing the moment as if it's a once-in-a-lifetime spectacle. It's like a slot machine gone wild, but in real life, the ATM keeps spitting out cash non-stop, creating a surreal, growing pile of money on the sidewalk. The scene is both mesmerizing and unbelievable. It looks like a scene straight out of a Hollywood movie, but this is happening right before your eyes. And despite what you might hope, it's not a lucky break or a bank promotion. In fact, this is quickly turning into a crime scene. Police tape goes up, and authorities rush in to secure the area. The machine just keeps going, relentlessly shooting out banknotes as if it's been possessed. There's no sign of it stopping. A crowd gathers, drawn by the commotion. Some people are laughing, others are frozen in disbelief, unsure whether to grab the cash or just watch the madness unfold. The trusted ATM, usually a symbol of security and order, has gone completely rogue, causing total chaos and confusion in the heart of the city. But make no mistake, this isn't a simple glitch or a generous bank giveaway. Something much more sinister is at play. Behind the scenes, it's the work of organized, tech-savvy criminals. These aren't your average thieves. They're experts in digital crime. This wild event is known as ATM Jackpotting, a high-tech heist that's as dramatic as it sounds. Thieves hack into the ATM software, using special devices and secret codes to command it to empty itself bill by bill. It's a digital stick-up, with the ATM controlled remotely by criminals who never even have to touch the cash themselves. And believe it or not, this is just the beginning of our story. The real drama is yet to unfold. Let's pause for a reality check. Before we go any further, it's important to take a step back and really think about what we're discussing here. What you just heard is a serious crime. Hacking or tampering with ATMs is highly illegal. It's not just a prank or a clever trick. It's a federal offense in many countries, and law enforcement takes it extremely seriously. This isn't a how-to guide. It's for education and entertainment only. We're here to shed light on how these crimes happen, not to encourage anyone to try them. Do not try this at home, on the street, or anywhere. Even thinking about attempting something like this can get you into trouble. Attempting this will land you in serious legal trouble. Think hefty fines and real jail time. The consequences are severe, and the justice system does not go easy on cyber criminals. The people behind these heists are part of sophisticated criminal networks, not amateurs. They have resources, experience, and often operate internationally, making them a real threat to financial security. Getting involved is dangerous, both legally and physically. You could end up facing not just the law, but also dangerous individuals who don't play by the rules. So, approach this story like a detective, not a wannabe criminal. Be curious, be analytical, and focus on understanding the methods so you can spot the warning signs. Our goal is to understand these crimes to build better defenses. By learning how these attacks happen, we can help protect ourselves, our families, and our communities. Think of it as learning a magician's trick, not to perform it, but to avoid being fooled. The more you know, the less likely you are to fall for a scam or become a victim. We're pulling back the curtain on cybercrime to make everyone more aware. Knowledge is power, and awareness is the first step to prevention. Stick with me and let's explore ATM jackpotting from a safe distance. We'll keep our curiosity sharp, but our hands clean. Remember, your future self will thank you for staying smart. Making wise choices today means a safer, brighter tomorrow. Now let's get back to the case. There's a lot more to uncover, and every detail helps us understand the bigger picture. The more we know, the safer we are. Stay curious, not criminal. Keep asking questions, keep learning, and always use your knowledge for good. And if you like these stories, follow along for more. There's always something new to learn, and together we can stay one step ahead of the bad guys. So, what exactly is ATM jackpotting, and why has it become such a buzzword in the world of cybercrime? In simple terms, ATM jackpotting is when criminals manipulate an ATM to spit out all its cash on command, almost like hitting the jackpot on a slot machine, but with real money and real consequences. Unlike old-school bank robberies that involve brute force or explosives, jackpotting is a sophisticated software attack that targets the brains of the ATM, not its physical shell. Think of ATMs as computers with cash drawers inside. Many still run outdated operating systems like old versions of Windows, making them vulnerable to modern hacking techniques. Hackers design specialized malware that can take over the ATM's internal systems, giving them full control over the cash dispenser and other critical functions. The operation is surprisingly slick and organized. One person, known as the Mule, stands at the ATM, ready to collect the cash. Meanwhile, the hacker, often working from a remote location, sends a secret code or command to activate the malware inside the ATM. Once the Mule enters the code, the ATM goes haywire, spewing out stacks of cash in seconds. It's a high-speed, high-stakes operation. The crime unfolds in two main steps. First, the ATM is infected with malware, often through a USB port or network connection. Then the cash out is triggered, unleashing a flood of money. Pulling off a jackpotting attack isn't easy. It takes careful planning, coordination between team members, and a deep understanding of both hardware and software. Hackers don't just target any ATM. They go after specific models with known security flaws, often researching them for months in advance. They pore over software manuals, analyze code, and hunt for weaknesses that can be exploited to bypass security measures. The Mule's job is straightforward but risky. Grab as much cash as possible and vanish before anyone notices. It's a high-tech game of cat and mouse, with criminals trying to outsmart security systems and law enforcement hot on their trail. Jackpotting isn't a random crime. It's a calculated, precise operation, often targeting multiple machines in a single night. The criminals are always innovating, searching for new vulnerabilities and ways to break in, adapting their tactics as technology evolves. Meanwhile, banks and security teams are in a constant race to patch vulnerabilities, update software, and stay one step ahead of the attackers. Welcome to the digital heist era, where the battleground is virtual, but the stakes and the cash are very real. How do criminals get their malware onto an ATM? They need physical access, often the riskiest part. Disguised as service technicians, they approach the ATM, sometimes putting up an out-of-service sign. Using a universal key or picking the lock, they open the machine and access a USB port. They plug in a malware-loaded USB drive or swap the hard drive entirely. Sometimes, they use a black box, a device that connects directly to the cash dispenser, bypassing the ATM's computer. The black box sends commands straight to the dispenser, making it spit out cash. In rare cases, hackers breach the bank's network and infect multiple ATMs remotely. This allows for mass, synchronized attacks without ever touching the machines. These methods are fast, efficient, and terrifying for bank security teams. The battle for ATM security is relentless. ATM jackpotting isn't just theory, it's happened worldwide. In 2010, hacker Barnaby Jack famously made an ATM spit out cash live on stage, proving it was possible. Soon after, real attacks hit banks in Taiwan, Thailand, and beyond, with gangs stealing millions in days. Hackers coordinated remotely, sending mules to collect the cash and vanish. In the US, groups like Cobalt Strike targeted ATMs in quiet locations using technician disguises and malware. In Mexico, gangs perfected the black box method, draining machines in under a minute. These attacks show how quickly criminal tactics evolve. As banks patch one vulnerability, hackers find another. It's a never-ending battle. So how do banks fight back? First, they strengthen physical security, better locks, alarms, and tamper sensors. On the software side, they use whitelisting. Only approved programs can run on the ATM. Encrypting the connection between the ATM's computer and cash dispenser blocks. Fake commands. Full disk encryption makes stolen hard drives useless. Banks also monitor ATM networks for suspicious activity. like sudden cash surges or machines going offline. Real-time alerts let security teams respond instantly. It's a high-stakes arms race, with banks working non-stop to stay ahead. Every new defense makes jackpotting harder. Building a secure ATM is all about layers. Manufacturers use thicker steel, complex locks, and hide critical components deep inside. Software is stripped down and customized, removing unnecessary features that hackers could exploit. Regular security updates are crucial. One unpatched ATM can compromise the whole network. Multi-factor authentication for technicians, like codes and biometrics, prevents impersonation. By combining physical, software, and procedural defenses, banks create a tough target. Criminals are forced to look elsewhere. The goal: make every attack as difficult and risky as possible. Security is always evolving. What can you do to stay safe? Always check ATMs for anything unusual: loose parts, strange attachments, or odd behavior. If an ATM is acting weird or spitting out cash, stay away and call the police. Never try to grab the money. It's stolen, and you could get in trouble. Cover the keypad when entering your PIN to block hidden cameras. Check your bank statements regularly and report suspicious transactions immediately. Set up transaction alerts for real-time account monitoring. Be wary of strangers offering help at ATMs. Distraction is a common scam tactic. If you feel uncomfortable, cancel your transaction and leave. Simple habits can protect you from everyday ATM fraud. We've explored the wild world of ATM jackpotting, where criminals turn cash machines into fountains of money. It's a reminder that cybercrime is everywhere, and the battle between hackers and security experts never stops. The good news: banks are fighting back with smarter defenses. For the rest of us, awareness is key. Be cautious at ATMs, monitor your accounts, and report anything suspicious. Crime prevention is a community effort. The more we know, the harder it is for criminals to succeed. Stay curious, stay vigilant, and stay safe. If you ever see an ATM spitting out cash, walk away and call the cops. Remember, it's not your jackpot. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Cyber Defense for the latest in cybersecurity.